Hey up, Sofa Squad, and
Hi,
welcome
I'm
to
back. Sorry.
another edition of On the Sofa. And we've got Godless Sewing, aka Will, and
Hello, hello.
we've got Simon's back with us after a bit of a hiatus.
Oh, let's just be honest. I was kind of. I had a shitty boyfriend who was kind of driving me along on benders, and then he beat my ass. So now I'm back.
Okay.
I'll be honest. I don't care. Shit sucks. Life sucks, and then you die. Shit happens. Let's move on.
That's a great Nas song. That's a great
We've got
song.
also got somebody else here with us that hasn't been in a while. Hey. Hi, boo boo. Our favorite Fruit Loop.
Thanks for the reach around. It has been a while.
And we've got Greg in the chat as well.
Hey, Greg.
And he's asking who's the PM today.
What's up?
That's actually not an odd question.
No, it's not. Not at the moment, anyway.
In the car because he wants lollipops because he likes to suck on hard things.
Because if you really think about it, like how many PMs have you had in the past 2 months?
We had Liz Truss, and then didn't Rishi Sunak take over? What's that?
Yeah, but
my door at? What do you pay on this car? And he slammed the door.
Let's say we go back 3 months. It's Boris Johnson, Liz Truss, and then Rishi.
Yeah.
Well, I was thinking since Boris. So I was going to say, is there like a third new one that I don't know about?
But anyway, before we get started, if you want to become a patron, you can. And you'll join the other two names scrolling at the bottom of the screen here, and details are in the description. And all the money that I get from Patreon, gets invested back into the channel. For example,
Is that how you bought the sofa?
Sorry?
Is that where the sofa came from?
No. They did come from my own money, but the lighting, the new lighting that I've got, that came from Patreon money, and I'm hoping to do some other things as well. I'm hoping to get some decent. What I'd like to do is commission someone to do some original music for this show. So that's something I would like to do as well.
I know a few people. I have friends that make beats and shit.
Yeah. Okay. Well. Anyway, watch this space. We'll see what happens. We'll see what we can work out. Anyway, before we get into British politics,
what terms?
Do you know I come here to avoid my country?
I know. Sorry.
Yeah, well, it started involving U.S. politics because of my ass. Sorry.
But the GOP, they didn't get the red wave they were hoping for, did they?
No, not at all.
Thank God, no.
When I saw people panicking on Twitter, I was like, just hold fast, get some patience. The Republicans, it was an utter and complete failure. America is divided, literally 50-50. If you look at every race, it was 49-51 or 48-52. It was close on everything,
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Nothing new. I kind of thought that's exactly what was going to happen. America is divided right down the middle. Do you know when I go in public, I don't talk about religion or politics.
But who are the big names who have lost?
Lauren Boebert is the one I'm paying attention to, but it's close, like 73 votes.
Okay.
That's how close.
I'd love to go. The fucking bimbo.
That's
me being nice.
Dr. Frank Oz, he lost, didn't he?
Thank God.
Yeah, but for a
I'm
carpetbagger,
a resident again. That has something to do with me. Nah,
Yeah.
fuck that guy.
but everybody should be scared though, because a carpetbagger showed up and got 48% of the vote, 47%.
Yeah.
So people are still voting for the idiot Republicans regardless.
Yeah.
Well, that's because they too are idiots.
And
Yeah.
There's
Dr.
no
Oz,
other explanation.
Dr. Oz is literally a talking head. He is the definition of a stuffed suit.
Yeah.
Dr. Oz is a fucking moron.
But Signese, your favorite MTG, she's still around, isn't she?
There are some things in my life I wish I didn't remember. I wouldn't say she's my favorite unless the word favorite is followed by butt of my jokes.
Yeah.
See, right now,
She's definitely one of my favorites. Josh is my absolute favorite joke butt.
this was an utter and complete failure for the Republicans because as it stands right now, they've only gained a seat in the Senate and it's 49-48. They were supposed
my mom's a poll worker, and in her county there was actually a system outage for a bit. It was just a technical difficulty.
It happened in Bristol too. Bill was talking about it.
Fuck Bill. His friend Bill piece of shit. So I called my mom, and she was telling me how there was a very, very high turnout in her town where I was living before. I was breaking into abandoned buildings and shit. That was fun.
Why don't you go on?
I think also though, like this is unprecedented because in American elections, when there's a sitting president in the midterms elections, what happens is that party usually gets voted out.
Yeah.
If you could go all the way back to the first Bush to Bill Clinton had Republican Senate and House. So this is an actual win. This is actually really unprecedented.
It is, isn't it? Yeah.
Because usually right now it would be like Republicans rule everything. And it's pretty much the same as the election.
And Greg Hartwick is saying silver lining was that a lot of younger people came out and voted for the first time. Hurrah! Thank
God these fucking kids decided to get their heads out of their asses. I've been saying that for fucking ever.
Well, the younger generation, again, they're the opposite of their parents, grandparents, so they're a little bit more liberal.
I think it's going to be the Gen Z who are going to get the Tories out,
at the bottom of the screen
in our next general election.
Oh, they can't work a service job, but I hope they vote and get all these idiots out of office. They can't count. I'm that petty old man who hates everyone who's not my age. So I hope they save us if they have enough time from looking up from their telephones.
Yeah. And there's someone, I can't remember her name, but I saw someone on Twitter saying that the vote should be, the age of voting should be put up to 21 or something. And
why do they always stomp their feet when they lose? Like they're like, oh, we have to change everything. It scares me. In America, the people who claim to be the most patriotic are the most un-American. Or they're calling people communists, and they don't even know what that word means.
Oh, I've got another signage for some. Oh, we lost signage, but now we've got it back. So, here we go.
Sorry about that. I joined on Josh's phone because
turned up, mine will be a lot louder.
Yeah, my shit is dying, and the charger is in the bedroom.
Okay.
So this election was actually really strange. I was shocked. I was actually shocked to see that the Republicans didn't completely win, because that's, like I said, that's usually what happens.
Yeah. And
I've also noticed another trend with presidential election. You get 2 terms of one and then 2 terms of the other. I've noticed that trend recently. I mean, thankfully, the orange one was only a 1-term motherfucker. I'm not impressed with the fact that he's running again. Yeah, I'm not surprised, but I'm not happy with the fact that he's running again. But he's gonna get humiliated.
He hasn't He hasn't announced that he's running again, has he?
He's going to.
Apparently,
He's going to make a big announcement on the
rumored.
15th. Apparently,
He's been dropping hints. That
Yeah,
he
right
is.
I
now
hope
it's
he
just a
does.
rumor.
I hope he does run because he's gonna sink the Republican Party.
yeah, it'll be
That
him.
would be lovely.
It'll be him versus DeSantis in the primaries, won't it?
Exactly. And I
Oh
would
God,
laugh.
DeSantis!
I would
I
laugh.
fucking hate that guy. That guy is a
DeSantis would.
slithering, slimy sociopath, and he needs to die.
But he's more moderate than Trump.
No, he's no. He's the reason COVID got so damn bad in Florida.
Really?
I
Okay.
don't.
Yep.
He's
And
just-
then he pissed off Walt Disney.
He's just
Because
as bad.
Walt Disney has its own government and everything, like Disney World, and he was trying to fuck with Disney World. You don't fuck with the mouse, because the mouse will fuck back harder.
Oh yeah.
Which I realize is a very unwholesome thing to say about Disney, but like, it's true.
The Republican Party is creating artificial strife. They're creating enemies. They're saying it's fentanyl, or it's someone's gonna come in and completely invade your house, or they live off of fear.
Mm.
I wish
So-
somebody would invade my house.
Rick DeSantis is right.
I wish
along
somebody
that
would invade
line.
my house. There's 15 people in this house, including me and John. I wish somebody would.
Let's be real. The average American is scared of losing what they have, whether it be whatever little advantage they have over the next person.
Yes. Yeah.
Pretty much.
Because in America, I always say, "Oh, Mike, I've been to your country." Like, we are hoarders in America compared to people in the UK. Like, we have stuff. We're distracted. I own 3 cars. Americans
I own one
are
car and it's a piece
crazy.
of shit.
Americans are crazy, so it's scary. DeSantis is just as scary as Trump.
Are you
So,
seriously hitting the fucking weed pen right now?
Let's not fool ourselves. You know what? It's dark times ahead, man. I feel like we're in Babylon 5. The shadows are coming and no one's listening.
Yeah. And Elon Musk he fucked around and found out, didn't he?
I'm gonna create a
We
godless
can.
killing Facebook page. Like, I'm almost this close to being done with Twitter. I'm gonna keep it open because I want to see the death of Twitter.
Yeah. It's Twitter is he's only owned it for 2 weeks and it's dying.
Tanked.
I
It
think
is
I
tanked.
don't even think it's been a week, has it?
No, it's been 2
Yeah,
weeks.
It's been 2 weeks. Yeah.
Oh wow, I've been lost. I need to like.
The problem.
Not only are people leaving in droves to join Mastodon or whatever, but advertisers are pulling out as well.
Will Smoke fucking fight about me. This little weed pen. This Josh's weed pen.
And people, that's awesome.
We
And,
get it. You're
and
funny.
every 14-year-old has started a Twitter account now just so they can type the N-word in 1,000 times.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
And what's happened since he started selling these blue ticks for $8 per month, people have been buying, making fake accounts in the name of Tony Blair, George Bush, Elon Musk, etc. And so spouting all sorts of random shit. So it's backfired tremendously.
To the point where I can't find the real Elon Musk.
Will the real Elon Musk please stand up?
The other day I was like, oh crap, I'm following a parody account.
But he said when he first took over, he said, didn't he say comedy?
Oh, see, Josh didn't know. $8 a
Don't
month
tell me
now.
you can buy a blue check.
Yep, for $8 a month. Fucking Elon Musk.
He said
That was the only
comedy
way to
is
tell if
legal
people were
again.
real or not.
Yeah, well, but so is satire. Twitter's dead.
Yeah, but then when people
Dude, Elon Musk is kicking people off Twitter left and right for
when
jokes.
people started
I don't
making
use it.
jokes on his expense, they got kicked.
I'm not a fan of H3N3 or whatever it's called, but that guy suspended. Who else? There was somebody else. Daniel Radcliffe
It's ridiculous.
got suspended. Harry Potter.
Yeah.
What's happened is that he's become his own worst nightmare. The way the algorithm is now, it's worse than when people couldn't say awful things on Twitter.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've been ignoring it lately. I'll post every once in a while just to remind people I'm there. But like, I go on Twitter when I'm sitting in my office, aka the bathroom.
But
Like,
the thing is, when we've lost Sinus again. Anyway, the thing is, these so-called champions of free speech, what they really mean by that is that they mean we want to be free to say the things that will offend people. But when people turn it around and make fun of them, oh no, they don't like that. They don't like that at all.
Oh, it's absolutely the end of the world when someone makes fun of them.
Sorry about that.
Yeah.
I hate Josh. He was whining because I was going to turn my camera around so you guys can kind of see my neighborhood.
That's part of the problem too, though, is that these people are screaming, "You're a snowflake! You're a snowflake!" when they are the biggest snowflakes on the planet.
Yes.
They are literally scared of everything.
You know, I wouldn't even refer to them as snowflakes because you know what? At least snowflakes are beautiful.
Yes.
There's this real weakness in today's nationalism. There's just this real like anger and like, I hate to get Jordan Peterson,
Rather than calling them snowflakes, why don't we just call them, rather than calling them snowflakes, I think we'd be better off calling them eggshells.
Yeah.
It's just
Flimsy,
and
fragile.
I can only speak for Americans and things that I've only observed with my own two eyes, but it seems to me that the people that are the most fervent, the most angry, want other people to fight the fight because they won't.
Yeah.
It's just it's so
laziness at its finest.
It's so hypocritical to me that it's just boring. That's why I sit at home and sew. Everything is just
Greg, I think I'm gonna possibly migrate mostly to. I mean, I'm on TikTok already. Follow me at that bitch Sinise. I'm fucking hilarious, and I'm probably gonna go to TikTok and just stay there. I might use Twitter just to like sit and point and laugh at how shitty it's getting.
I have an Instagram, but like
I have an Instagram.
I gained way more followers on Twitter, so I stopped using my Instagram. And let's be real, I do not show my butt. I show all the clothes I make, all the sewing machines.
You don't show your butt?
And so because of that, Instagram is all about Instagram is all about that's where people are social media influencers. I'm literally like, hey, I made this shirt. Like, it's so
you should go on TikTok, Will. You should start making sewing TikToks.
I have
you're gonna make good money doing that.
I should.
I tried to make an account on Mastodon, but I find it too. It's not very user friendly.
I'm so glad you said that. I am so glad you said that because I had the same problem.
Well, that just made my decision for me.
The point,
if it's not user friendly, I have no interest.
I had a whole speech ready for you and I forgot about that. Like I downloaded it and everything, and then I deleted it off my phone. I was so mad at it, and it made me rewrite my AOL password. And yes, I have AOL. In 1996. In my high school library, I made that account and I still have it, and it's still open and it still works.
Yeah, but people say that I should give it a chance, because they've got an influx of people coming in, and that's why it's a bit slow. But I don't know. I just haven't got the patience for it.
Same. I couldn't figure it out. And every time I try to log in and say which server, I can't remember which server. The hell are you talking about? I don't remember. You're supposed to remember.
But I haven't heard of COSO. I may check that out.
I'm down. I'm definitely looking for new social media sites. But if anyone's looking, I do have a Godless Sewing Instagram. I'll go wave on it.
Anyway, I think we're done with American politics for
Yeah.
now. So I think
So now let's get to the real fun. Who are we making fun of today? Who's
Okay,
ugly?
Adam's
Who am I roasting today for their ugly ass eyebrows?
So I think we're going to start with Gavin Williamson.
Oh, yikes.
Who that is? Fill me in.
He.
Oh my
yeah,
God, it's Ben Shapiro in 20 years.
Ben Shapiro wishes he'll look like that.
But
Okay.
he's been forced to
sorry.
resign because because these offensive messages that he sent to a colleague have come to light.
Nice.
You know, because he was complaining. He was complaining about not getting invited to the Queen's funeral, saying, you fucked us, you fucked us all over, and he was throwing a hissy fit basically, and it all came to a head when it came out that he told another colleague that they should slit their throats and jump out of the window.
How Roman.
How
How
we need
Roman
today.
of him.
And so Rishi Sunak's judgment has been called into question because people are saying that because apparently Rishi Sunak knew about Gavin Williamson's bullying ways before he took him on.
And he hired Suella Breverman in mafia style because he had to appease he had to appease the other gangsters in his party.
Yes. But we've got a copy of his letter here.
Really quick, I want to say though, kudos to your country because in America people act like idiots and they don't resign.
Yeah.
Won't face any consequences, really.
At least they eventually, through browbeating, take responsibility.
Yeah, but he's not sorry for what he did.
Well, they have to be browbeaten into taking responsibility. Are they really taking responsibility?
Well,
if you read,
everything is sediment, so it's all for show.
If you read his letter, his resignation letter, he says, "I refute the characterization of these claims, but I recognize they are becoming a distraction for the good work this government is doing for the British people." So he's not sorry. He's just resigning because, as far as he's concerned, it's the story that's become a distraction. That's why he's resigned.
He literally wrote down, "I am doing this because my mother told me to." I am writing this note because the authorities told me to.
Yeah. He's just sorry he got caught.
Exactly.
He's such a cunt. I mean,
but that's modern day politics. And here's my thing about American politics and UK politics. They think they're better than us.
Yeah.
They think that they are just somewhere in the clouds like the Jetsons looking down on us. They don't have the same rules. It drives me crazy. Drives me crazy.
Yeah. But he's still an MP. So he's still going to get his MP salary. He's just resigned from his government post.
So he gets to sit at home, watch football, and eat pies all day. I'm kind of jealous.
Yeah.
Do you guys show reruns of Blake 7 on television? I'm just curious.
I don't think so. Maybe on one of the streaming services, but I don't know, to be honest.
Because like here in America, they show like the old Batman, the old Superman with George Reeves, like the old shows. Just a curious question.
Stop it!
Don't start trying to snatch my fucking phone. Then maybe you should have said.
So I was
know.
watching. I have Last of the Summer Wine theme song stuck in my head.
Mm.
It was
Yeah.
kind of. It was kind of a. The weather is strange here in Southern California. One day it'll be 100 degrees, then it's 40, and then it's like 70. So it's like autumn again here.
Yeah. I think.
My fucking phone.
Okay. I think something's going on there. But anyway, so have you been following I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here?
Okay, so in America, I can't watch it like you guys do, but I've been watching the news. And do you know every time someone gets sent home, they're like at the airport waiting for him.
Yeah.
So it spoils the show. My first thought was, what's the point of watching the show when you know everyone that's gonna come home?
Yeah.
Like in RuPaul's Drag Race, they make them sign non-disclosure agreements, and they don't even go online until they get eliminated. You know?
Oh, right. Okay.
Like they
See,
hide.
it's part of the show. Apparently, somebody's coming here at 10 p.m. to shoot our friend over $20. Woo-hoo.
How about you don't put his business out there?
How about you shut up?
Matt Hancock, though, has exposed the circus that is
God,
here.
Matt Hancock. That's a name I haven't heard in a while.
I don't know if you're aware of this, Signese, but Matt Hancock he's gone on this reality TV show. There's called I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here.
You know what? I've heard of that show.
Mm.
I think I saw clips of it years ago.
He's in the jungle. He's in the Australian outback with 8 other, I think 10 or 11 other celebrities.
Kate Smurthwaite told her. Oh, sorry.
So go on.
Kate Smurthwaite told a joke about how Matt Hancock might win because he's used to eating weird animal anuses. How do you think he got the job with Boris Johnson? That's 100% credit to Kate Smurthwaite. I absolutely love her. She's hilarious, and that's true.
Yeah. But
where are they? Do you know where they are?
Yeah, I don't know exactly where they are, but they're in the Australian outback somewhere.
Is he in okay, so they're in the bush somewhere. Are they like in Alice Springs? Because Alice Springs is like hell. You know, it's like 127 degrees. It gets crazy hot there.
I don't think it's Alice Springs. I'm not sure where it is. But they have to do these humiliating bush tucker challenges. Like they have to eat a crocodile anus or whatever, or they have
it's always something that's completely disgusting and makes me gag.
Yeah.
Or like, oh, you're gonna eat the nasal passage of a rhino, or it's gross.
And Matt Hancock had to crawl in the mud on his hands and knees, and they were pouring all kinds of shit on him and creepy crawlies and spiders, and it was quite. But what was interesting, Boy George is there as well. Remember Boy George?
I've heard that name.
He was saying that I'm not sure if I can be nice, be nice to him. Because my mum was in hospital, and I couldn't even visit her. So I'm going to find it very difficult to be nice and work with this guy because
asked or are forcing.
That's why Matt Hancock's subtitle should be Dark Lord. The guy, like I'm sorry, like I agree with Boy George. I would at least kick the legs out from his chair once on television. Just walk up, and kick his chair out from underneath him at least once. Politicians are different than somebody who is on a reality show, and starve themselves on an island somewhere. Politicians affect people's lives, and I think they, even because they're so disconnected, they forget that as well. Like, he can't just show up after separating himself from everybody else and be like, "Oh, I'm one of you." Nah, you're not.
No. I think if I was there, I would say to him, "Look, I don't like you. I don't like, I disagree with everything you stand for. I really don't like you, but because we're in this situation together, I suppose we're just going to have to get on and work together. But we're not going to.
You don't see a lot of that anymore.
I'll tell you a personal story that gets me kicked out of certain clubs every time I tell it. My father was a hardcore Republican, and my mom was a hardcore Democrat, but they're old, they're adults, so they actually got along. Yeah. But my whole point is, because of my dad, I got to meet George Bush II. And you know what? He shook my hand, looked me in the eye. We talked about, we have the same Ford truck. Like, George Bush is he has an 88 Ford F-150. Like, George Bush is a real human being, you know? And when I met him, all the fact that if hell's real, he's Satan himself went away. So it's one of those weird things. But George Bush Jr. didn't directly affect me like Matt Hancock told people, don't leave your house so you can't see your mom. There's a big difference.
Hi, Isaiah.
That works for my hand.
Anyway,
because Will's son is the only one that
my whole point is, like, who else is on? Do you know who else is on the cast?
Okay, so there's I've already said that the boy George is there.
Yeah.
Are you familiar with Chris Moyles?
No, let's do to Google.
Chris Moyles, he was a Radio 1 DJ.
Okay.
Back in the 90s, and he's been on other radio stations as well, I think. And he was obese.
He was.
And until he climbed Mount Kilimanjaro, and that changed his life. And he decided to turn his life around, and he's looking great now. He's a silver fox. And
oh my, that's the first time I've done in a while.
He's not that much older than me. He's reasonably aged.
Well, then I guess the term for you would be shiny fox. I guess the term for you would be shiny fox then, huh?
I just shaved off my silver fox. I got tired of looking my age. I just shaved off my.
Well, congratulations, punk ass Mr. Clean.
Oh, that's funny. Oh,
I know I am.
He said that's funny, not you're funny.
But
I respect anyone who loses that much weight and keeps it off.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
But there's a comedian whose name I can't remember at the top of my head, but I hadn't heard of him until this, to be honest. There's an actress who was in Coronation Street. And there's a few other people, but most of them I hadn't heard of before watching this.
Same thing in America. Like there's a new celebrity show where they're all in Mexico City, and it's like Dennis Rodman, Stormy Daniels, and I'm like, oh gosh, train wreck. Oh, Frankie Munoz. I feel sorry for him because, like, he's one of those people that perpetually looks like a child.
Yeah,
was he in,
like a child? Oh my God, he does.
And you know what? You didn't have a bunch of tattoos.
He was in Malcolm in the Middle.
Yeah, I was trying to get the words out.
I love that show.
But he has a baby face.
He does.
Yeah.
And LA is heartless. Like Gary Coleman ended up being a security guard in Hawthorne. LA is no joke. And so I feel sorry for Frankie Muno. I can't say his last name.
Muniz.
Let's call him Malcolm.
Yeah, Malcolm in the middle.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to be down, and
but
you're
every
not so big.
Every single person on there, I'm like, oof, bro. Like, and you know what? I am not anti-money, but those people needed to check badly.
Anyway, moving on. We got. Remember Mark Francois?
Oh yeah.
We haven't talked about him for ages, but he was back in the news this week.
What did he do this time?
In the House of Commons, he referred to Japanese people as chaps, which is a racial slur basically against them.
He used a racial slur in an open session of Parliament.
Yeah.
You know the sad thing is though is that
It's a nasty piece of work.
This 1950s language has creeped back.
Yeah.
So it's really sad that people are using this crap again.
Mm.
Yeah, well, you know what? The 2016 election emboldened that shit. And it seems like it was a worldwide impact.
Mm. But the news article. Where is this from? This is from Sky News. It says this: a Tory MP has been criticised for using an outdated slur in the Commons. Speaking yesterday, Mark Francois referred to Japanese people as chaps when asking a question about shipbuilding.
Oh God.
Sarah Owen, a Labour MP and the first of Southeast Asian heritage, raised his remark to the Speaker today, saying it was a crass racial slur. Which is right. It is.
You know, I'm dated. I say dated thing. This guy went in the wrong direction in his time machine.
Mm.
Yeah.
It's not the 1950s. I'm sorry. You know?
And these racial slurs keep happening on the.
Yeah, because people actually think now that it's okay to be a racist piece of shit.
Exactly. We've normalized racism as a society. And yes, I say we. I get crazy around people, but you know, it still doesn't matter. We've digressed.
Another Tory MP referred to the yellow peril.
Oh gosh.
That's which is horrible.
Do you know what's really funny? If I was raised like my father, so my dad was from 1950s Georgia, okay? He never raised any of his children to be racist or anything. I would be angry. He was from the real life apartheid South. I do not think people realize what they're trying to bring back.
Yeah.
I do not. They have no clue of what they're trying to bring back.
Yeah. But Mark Francois, he's a nasty, obnoxious, slimy, sniveling shit.
But he's
I
saying
really don't like him.
He's saying what he's thinking out loud. Like he's acting like he's sitting in his living room with his brandy in front of the TV, you know,
with his velvet robe.
Yeah.
Don't forget the velvet robe and the little Cuban cigar.
You know, there's a lot of extremely politically incorrect things that I don't even say that are just normal nomenclatures where I'm from. Where I'm from, we call everyone dude or bro. My ex-wife, I call her
honestly,
bro.
we do the same thing around here.
But it's offensive to other people, so I've tried to curb it. I kind of don't care. I do care, but my whole point is like,
if someone says something to me, then I'll watch it. Otherwise, what I use is a bruh.
I say that for everything. I call my mom bruh, especially when she says something crazy. I'm like, bruh.
I said that to my mom once, and she looked at me like I had 3 heads, which is pretty typical for my mother.
Yeah.
But it's not. But even with everything I'm saying, it's not okay to be a racist bastard.
No.
If you don't shut up about butt, Joshua.
See, here's the problem. Here's the problem. A lot of it stems from someone thinking they're superior to someone else.
Yeah.
I hate to break it to you. As human beings, we're all trash monkeys. What do we, as human beings, what do we produce? Trash.
Yeah.
And what are we? We're great apes, but I like saying monkey. So we're trash monkeys.
You know what? We're all just butts
What
for.
do we spend our money on?
We're all just butts for Josh to stick his dick into.
Who is it?
I called him out when he was still on Twitter. I called him out for his racism, and he blocked me. And then the next day, he left Twitter altogether.
William Shatner blocked me on Twitter because I gave him shit for being a fan of Autism Speaks. That was fun. I had a whole ass argument with him.
Yeah.
Showed him fucking facts, and then he blocked me. He's like, "Oh, I can support whatever charity I want." So I was like, "I'm not saying you can't, but what you're supporting is a fucking hate group, and you're an asshole."
Alexa, how old is William Shatner?
William Shatner is 91 years old and was born on March 22nd.
He's irrelevant years old.
Would you like
He's
to
91.
Irrelevant years old.
Alexa, thank you.
He's almost as old as my great.
Just doing the job.
Yeah, that's what I said. He's irrelevant years old.
He's 9, man. You know what? I have a philosophy. After people reach a certain age, I leave them alone.
He's almost as old as my granddad. My granddad's 95.
Wow, he looks great for 91.
Oh dear, but yeah, you should follow Mark France Wanker on Twitter. He's hilarious. He's a hilarious parody of Mark Francois.
Has he made sure to label himself as a parody so Elon doesn't get his feet hurt?
I was about to say, I need to start following all these accounts before they get taken down.
Yeah, that'd be a fun temporary fucking laugh.
One of the only reasons I knew I was following a fake Elon is because I clicked on it and it said this account is suspended.
Oh, dear.
Yeah.
He's ruined Twitter. I hate to go back to it, but Twitter was a guilty pleasure of mine, and I don't even click on it as much as I used to. Like, he's
Twitter used to just be something I did when I was drunk.
No, Twitter was like a knife fight out on the ocean in international waters. You know, like people say the bravest stuff on Twitter.
Anyway, talking of
shit my mom says.
Talking of sniveling shit. Tory MP Andrew Bridgen.
Oh my God, you guys have lobbying rules?
From Parliament for breaching lobbying rules.
We don't have that here.
What is that?
Lobbying rules.
Right.
Lobbying rules.
This is someone that we've talked about a lot on this show.
I feel like I remember that name here and there.
So you're not allowed to be a corporate shill in the UK, huh?
No.
Yeah.
You know, in America, I feel like
we have that kind of system here.
I feel like they should wear their sponsors like NASCAR. They should have whoever is sponsoring them, so we know who.
Yeah, thank you, Robin Williams.
It's true. It is so true. They should.
Yeah. But MPs blasted Andrew Bridgen's cavalier attitude after Mere Plantations made a donation of £5,000 to his local Tory association, and he then approached ministers about the forestry firm. So he's going to be suspended from Parliament.
Wow! Imagine having actual lobbying rules. I can't get over that. Like the actual rules over there.
If you think about it, he's a bad spy because he got caught.
They
paid him off, and they said, "Hey, go see what you can do." I would at least have a party. I would at least have a party and make everyone tacos, and then give him my proposal. As an American, it makes me laugh that someone was bought off and got caught. Because it's obvious here when someone's like, "No, I'm pro fossil fuels." Like, wait a minute. What?
Everybody's fucking bought and paid for in fucking Congress. Are you kidding me? The only one who's not is probably Bernie Sanders.
My question is he going to get canned for this, or is this just like a slap on the wrist?
I don't think he'll get seriously canned, but he's suspended from
I'm
Parliament.
sure it'll be a slap on the wrist.
Yeah.
At the risk of getting Josh excited, maybe a little slap on the butt, which is escalated up from.
Do you still get paid if you're suspended?
I depends. Yeah, because he's still in here. I think technically he's still an MP. But let's not forget this is the same MP who's just recently been evicted from his 1.5 million country home in order to pay £800,000 by the judge. He's in a lot of trouble. This guy.
Poor guy, his life sucks right now. He was trying to get money. See, he was trying to get money from a backdoor deal to pay for his other stuff, and he got caught. Bad spot.
I gotta bounce, guys. I gotta answer a call.
So he was branded dishonest by a high court judge. You know, I think we did well. Yeah, we talked about this at length.
I remember now. The second you brought up the mansion.
Yeah. He was it was all, you know, he was, the judge said that he was abusive, arrogant, and aggressive during this dispute.
The one thing I don't understand is when people get crazy with arbitrators, inspectors. Where I'm from, they'll ruin your life.
But so yeah, he's another nasty piece of work, and yeah, I really don't like him. I don't like him at all. So I'm glad he's getting some kind of comeuppance at least.
I was about to say there has to be a certain point where, again, he's held accountable. But to whom, I don't know.
You know, watch this space. We'll see whatever scandal he gets himself into.
Because it seems like there's a scale in the parliament, okay? Like now we have certain infractions we can wait on. Like, okay, is he watching tractor porn? Did he get kicked out of the chamber? I can't remember. There was and I know this because of No Job for a Lady. You cannot call someone a liar in the chamber. You can say they're being dishonest.
Yes. Yeah.
But you're not allowed to call someone a liar.
No, exactly.
I was watching the days. Someone got, I can't remember her name. She got kicked out for calling everyone liars.
All right. Talking of liars, Boris Johnson quit PM race over risk to £10 million earnings.
So he didn't run because he was going to lose 10 million?
Apparently so. This is from the Observer. It says
he's obscenely rich. He is obscenely rich.
Yes. But it says this: Boris Johnson would have forfeited earnings of at least £10 million a year from speeches and sales of his memoirs if he had fought a leadership battle against Rishi Sunak and lost, according to informed sources in the entertainment industry, who believe financial considerations played a part in his decision to pull out. Which is odd, because usually he has a weak pull-out game.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. He refuses to leave. He's that one person I would never invite to a party because he'd never go home.
So yeah, I mean, I guess that's true, because if he had lost, his earning potential would have gone down significantly, and because he loves money.
But $10 million is nothing to wag your finger at. Do you know how many tennis courts? Him and Rachel, they need tennis courts. I had a crush on his sister. I used to watch The Pledge.
Oh yeah.
Did you ever watch The Pledge with I loved that show. Majid was on it, Rachel Johnson, Afro Hirsch. Quite a few people were on that show. And eventually, when I figured out who her brother was, I discovered that she was an evil villain, such as myself. No, they're obscenely rich. They're that whole family is obscenely rich.
Oh yeah, yeah.
If you're crying, like I sometimes I wish I could convey to the average person how much money just $1 million is.
Mm.
Then 2 or 3 and $10 million. That's more than the average person will ever see in their entire lifetime.
Yeah. And
And he's like, "Oh, I don't want to lose it."
yeah. So his earning potential would have gone down significantly.
Wow.
If he had lost to Rishi, which he would have done, I expect.
Is all that money from his family? It can't be from all those crappy books he's writing.
No, but I don't know, but I think it's he's brokered a lot. He must have brokered a lot of dodgy deals over the years too. I don't know, but
like where I live, when we see cops who live in $1 million houses, we're always like, "Oh, that guy's on the take." That guy, because like my house is worth a significant amount of money. It's a 3-bedroom house. When you see
Nice.
somebody with an average job in a 9-bedroom house, you're like, "Oh, they're in the mafia or something."
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You think drugs built this house?
Exactly. Well, my son went to school in a really affluent neighborhood, and I'd always look around and I'm like, how can you afford to live here on a county income? Inquiring minds want. Maybe they didn't put all that money back in the evidence locker one day, you know.
Yeah, maybe.
If you're not on the take, I'd be surprised how the cops act around here. Speaking of which, last night, so in California, they show high-speed chases on television.
Yeah.
And last night, I witnessed a man go real-life GTA. He carjacked 3 or 4 different people, got 4 different cars, got shot at while stealing a car. LA's dangerous. And survived. And then the cops shot at him 7 times and the guy lived.
Wow.
He was shot at least 10 or 11 times from my count on live television. America is it's a wild ride sometimes here in America.
Yeah.
But bread and circuses.
Yeah. Anyway, we're going to do something that we haven't done for a while. We're going to talk about labor.
Ooh.
Labor woes.
Keir Starmer has been taking some L's lately. You gotta find, and and I hate to drag the corpse of Corbyn up every time, but you gotta find someone Corbyn-esque.
Yeah. So Keir Starmer, immigration not quick fix to NHA's problems. Now, there's been some controversy over this headline because this headline, when this article first came out, but indeed when I first put the linking in the list, the headline was different. It said Keir Starmer. There was a quote from Keir Starmer saying, "There's too many people from overseas working in the NHS."
Huh.
But they've since changed that headline. Let's play the clip actually, and we'll see what he actually says.
Well, we don't want open borders. Freedom of movement has gone and it's not coming back. So that means fair rules, firm rules, a points-based system. What I would like to see is the numbers go down in some areas. I think we're recruiting too many people from overseas into, for example, the health service. But on the other hand, if we need high-skilled people in innovation in tech to set up factories, etc., then I would encourage that. So I don't think there's an overall number here. Some areas we need to go down, other areas we need to go up.
The whole problem with the health service is that it's got a crisis of staffing.
Yes, exactly. And that's why we were able to set out at our conference just a few weeks ago in Liverpool, how many more people, 7,500 new people recruit into and train into the health service from here, training people in. And we explained how we would cost that.
Well, certainly
He's
So-
an idiot.
Yeah, he definitely did. He definitely said it.
And I'll tell you
Um,
why. Here in America, our healthcare service, at least in California, is ran by people in other countries, and
Mm,
they take very good care of someone like me who was born sickly.
yeah,
So that's just you need. I'm sorry, you need immigration in your country, no matter where you live,
yeah,
or you're just going to become stagnant.
yeah. And so yeah, he definitely did say it's right there on camera. He said there were too many people from overseas coming into the NHS. And he wants, if he becomes prime minister, to train people here who live here to live here already. The
I
problem
don't think
is
there's. Oh,
it
sorry.
takes years to train
Exactly.
nurses here in the UK.
We have
Um,
nursing schools, but even that, even the really like wham bam nursing school, it takes about a year and a half
mm,
because you
And-
need to be properly trained.
yeah. And fewer people are training to be nurses because there's no nurses bursary anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I think they still got a grant, but because there's no nurses bursary to top that up, a lot of nurses are having to rely on food banks.
Oh, it's fucking crazy. I'm
Yeah.
sorry to curse, but that's crazy.
Mm.
In America, in the health field, people make a decent amount of money.
Mm,
It's a good field to get into if you can.
yeah. But they haven't had here in the UK. Nurses haven't had a pay rise since 2010.
Oh, that's
I-
right. The nurses are going to go on strike. I got
Yes.
that. I saw that from my girlfriend Kay Burley last night.
Mhm.
Forgot
Yeah.
about that.
Yeah. So they're going on strike for the first time for almost 100 years, I think it is.
Oh, wow. You know you suck when there's 100-year anniversary coming. You know you're terrible when something hasn't happened in 100 years. That's awful.
But going back to Keir Starmer, I think the reason he's saying this, and the reason he's saying that freedom of movement has gone and it's not coming back, this is dog whistling.
Yeah.
He's dog whistling to the so-called red wall voters who Labour lost in the last general election. He wants to win them back.
But in a weird way, hasn't he already, without even saying a word, because of the bumbling, the Benny Hill theme music is going in my head because of the cabinet right now?
Yeah.
Didn't
But-
they? Don't they have like an insane lead? You know, I learned in court when you're winning, stop talking.
Yeah.
When you're winning in court, you don't say a damn word. And
But
he was
that's-
winning, you know.
That's the thing, whenever Labour are ahead in the polls, Keir Starmer always has to say something stupid to fuck things up.
Like, honestly, in a real way, he has,
Mm,
because they have it in the bag, and I mean,
yeah.
they're gonna have an overwhelming majority.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
But I've said this once and I'll say it again. Labour won't win the next general election because they're so good. They'll win because the Tories are so shit and people are fed up with them.
to quote Kate Smithway again, someone tells you, "Do you want chicken or shit?" You're gonna choose the chicken.
Oh, but
That's how bad, and the sad thing is there's a real parallel between America and the UK because it's all of our choices suck. That's why everybody politically, like, everyone's fighting each other, and I'm like, can I have a banner that says everyone sucks? I vote for nobody.
But in the next general election, we're basically, for the most part, here, we're gonna be here in England, certainly here in England, we're going to have a choice between either you either vote for your nan's house to be on fire, to be set on fire, or your nan's house to be flooded?
Yeah.
Which is it?
You can't come back from flood damage. See, that's what I'm saying. It's such a compromise. It's sad, but we have to laugh about it, you know?
Yeah.
And again, I say this almost every week. All of this is a distraction story from the fact that everyone's broke.
Yes.
They're distracted. See, they're fighting, they're throwing tomatoes, and they're like, hey, make sure that camera's on. So they see that we're complete idiots. So it distracts them from the fact that the country's on fire.
Yeah. Yeah.
We literally live in clown world, bizarro world. If you're a Superman fan, we are on the other side of the mirror. If you're a Star Trek fan, this is idiocracy in real life.
So yeah, it's going to be a case of out with the old boss, in with the new boss for the Who fans out there.
And it's this and it's the same old crap too, though.
Yeah.
Because if you think about it, Keir Starmer is just his hair is just brushed in the other direction. Quite literally the same effing party, if you ask me. Americans too. Americans don't realize how conservative we are. We're extremely angry and conservative. Even our Democratic Party would be conservative parties in other countries, you know.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's what makes me laugh when certain members of the GOP call the Democrats communists. They're nowhere near communists.
No,
they're not even socialists.
But again, in America, we do not educate our children. So we say communism bad. And then we teach them everything we can about America and everything, you know, but we do not get into details what socialism or communism is. It's really sad. And I've noticed it a lot more in my generation because I grew up in a conservative area and I'm friends with one person in particular. She is full MAGA. I think she's crazy. True story. There is a direct correlation between like hardcore MAGA people and being 40 and alone and not having any children and being completely miserable.
Yeah, but
there is a direct correlation. People who follow mass movements are always disenfranchised or lacking something, you know?
Yeah.
It's just, it's so strange.
It seems to me anyone that the conservatives disagree with are communists.
It's lost all meaning. It's like it's lost all. I heard someone say socialism on TV the other night, and I'm like, you're using that word, but you don't know what it means.
Yeah. And
America is back to reds under your beds.
Yes.
It's sad.
Yeah. And we've got one last story here. Again from Labour. Labour frontbencher brands Jeremy Corbyn senile in House of Commons. This is West treating.
So they're either treating him as a messiah or discrediting him.
Yeah. This is the stupid thing about this is that Rishi Sunak and the Conservatives, the only attack line they have at the moment is you can't trust Labour because you can't trust Keir Starmer because he was going to put Jeremy Corbyn in power in number 10. And but
Yikes.
Keir Starmer's the irony is Keir Starmer's Labour Party hate Jeremy Corbyn just as much as the Tories do. And Keir Starmer removed the whip from Jeremy Corbyn, and he's no longer a Labour MP.
But people wouldn't be saying idiotic things like this if propaganda didn't work. Propaganda works in today's society. No one is fact checking. No, just like how Twitter has turned into I don't even know who's talking anymore.
Yeah.
No
But-
one's looking into anything anymore.
But what happened was, during PMQs, Rishi Sunak he answered a question from Keir Starmer by saying, we can't, I don't know why people. I'm paraphrasing, but he basically said you can't be trusted because you were going to put Jeremy Corbyn in number 10 and all the rest of it. And when you bring up, apparently one of the rules of the House of Commons is if you're going to talk about another MP, you're supposed to notify them in advance. And Rishi Sunak didn't do this. And so afterwards, Jeremy Corbyn tried to raise a point of order, and to bring this up, but he brought it up at the wrong time, and so Wes Streeting said he's gone senile, and
The thing about Jeremy Corbyn is that he has been so smeared, he has been so talked about that anything he says is put under a microscope.
Yeah.
And so just by him mentioning this guy, Jeremy Corbyn, look, he's a story now,
Yeah.
This is all for show. This is just busy work and a distraction story.
Yeah. But Wes Streeting, he made me angry by saying this.
Absolutely.
Whether you agree with Jeremy Corbyn or not, you can't call someone senile as a joke, as an insult. Because dementia is not a joking matter.
No.
My father has dementia.
My grandmother passed away from dementia. I actually had to move her to this house because she couldn't live alone anymore.
Yeah. And it's a debilitating disease.
Oh, it's the worst.
Yeah. And I think I'm right in saying this. It's the number one killer in this country. And for him so for him to say, it was just in jest. It was just a joke. It's not a joke. There's nothing funny about dementia.
It's because he has no boundaries. He has no respect for other people, so he thinks it's funny.
Yeah.
There's a real and I keep on saying, oh, this generation, but the truth is it's all of us. Something has happened where people have become disconnected with the very life that we live.
Yeah.
We're saying just horrible, insane, rude things is the new norm.
Yeah.
I don't know. People just seemed so much more polite when I was younger. Like, I still open doors for people. I still say thank you for everything, please. And, people are shocked at my manners sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah. And, but Keir Starmer is not going to do anything. He, as far as, he defended him, saying, "Oh, he just did it in jest. He's apologized, blah blah blah," and that's it. Nothing's going to happen because he hates Jeremy Corbyn.
Absolutely hates him.
Yeah, and so, but the Labour Party are just as bad as the Tories.
Like I said, they're birds of the same feather flock together.
Yeah, and my dad said something a while back that stuck with me. He said, "It doesn't matter who you vote for; it's always the same old wankers that get into power."
Absolutely, and to quote Absolute Fabulous, just because you call it New Labor doesn't mean you're not stuck with the same old shit. I love that show. I love that show.
Yeah.
But it's true. Like, same thing in America. That's why when people were freaking out on Twitter, I'm like, y'all think something's going to change around here? We are
Mm.
polarized. Like nothing's
Yeah.
gonna change. We are officially deadlocked in America. You know.
Yeah.
So, and it's same thing in the UK. It's like we have the same party.
Yeah. And on that bombshell, we're going to say good night. So yeah, thanks for joining us, Will, and
As always, thank you for having me on your show.
and thanks to Greg, for your contributions.
We love
And-
you, Greg Hartwick.
And Siamese, I hope just hope you're okay. But anyway, thanks for watching at home, and if you've enjoyed this, and do subscribe. It's absolutely free, and if you want to support the channel, you can, and the details are in the description. And until next time, bye for now.
Rock out with the clock out.